let's go back. I've heard you say when you were a child, you were introvert. You used to be bullied.
Yeah.
For what?
So this is the thing. I used to be a very small fella.
Small in size.
Small in size and everything else, I think, but big in mind. So I used to be the smallest in every class. And actually the guys, even currently, the people I hang out with right now are, in terms of age, they are older. So even ever since then, I was never comfortable with my peers because they were always, you know, I don't know about Nigeria, but in Kenya, when growing up, we want to know who can beat the rest of everyone else in the class.
Right.
So that you know, there's that respect. You can beat this one, can beat this one can beat. So there's the hierarchy. I was always at the bottom of the food chain. I was always at the bottom. So people always wanted to, you know, it was easier to pick on me. Anyone, even including girls. And again, in Kenya, it's very bad for you to be beaten by a girl. Yeah, you're like, oh, don't think.
That means that you have no power.
Yeah, if you are beaten by Joyce, now for the rest of your years in school, you'll be told, don't joke with me, I'm not Joyce. I'll do even worse. So it was easy for me to be picked on, I think because of the size. And I think I developed a mechanism of, I don't want trouble, I don't want problems. Again, I come from a reverend's house.
Yes,
where, yeah, so where we are taught just be, when you're hit, just give the other cheek, which is actually wrong. Because you will be beaten, people don't care. They will keep, and you will be running out of cheeks.
Right.
So
you grew up
in a Christian background. We actually didn't watch wrestling. There's this program, the wrestling series, we never watched it. Yeah, because that's bad. It's teaching us to fight. I wish I watched it.
You would have been able to do
Whoa! But you know what was happening? I was being beaten by everyone else. Right. And then my mom, in the mood and in the spirit of reconciliation, would take me to the kids' home who beat me to report me to their parents. Yeah. So you are there, you're being given tea, and you know what you are here to do. You're here to be embarrassed.
But why though? Why is she doing that if you are the one that was beaten?
My mom, reconciliation. Right. Please talk to your son. Come here.
Right.
And then the next day you go to school. The guy stands in front of the whole class. Guys, please don't talk to Njugush. The mom is going to come for you. It was so embarrassing. It was so embarrassing. So after that, everyone is, wah! I don't want your mom to come for me. Like, what's happening? So it was always, so I'd always keep out of trouble. And then I realized I was blessed in terms of I'd get things that my peers were not getting. So when it's almost exam time, everyone was almost my friend. But even more and beyond that, the guys who were a class before me were always for some weird reasons, I found solace in them, because for them there was no competition about who could beat me. So they're like, this is a cool kid, and you know, he's smart. So, and actually I remember there's a school I went, it was very in the interiors of one of, I think, Nakuru County and one of the counties in Kenya. And in that school I was in class 3 and I was speaking good English because I was coming from a better school than the one I found myself. Because again, my dad is a reverend, he keeps on being transferred. So we go to this village school and the class 6 could not speak in English. They always spoke Swahili, which is our national language, and you know, but English was a little bit of a hassle. So I went to the headmaster, the head teacher, and I told him, "Excuse me, sir, Mr. Ndongo has told me you give us your dictionary." It was actually a very broken English, but the headmaster looked at me. He was like, "That's a whole English sentence." The next Friday, during the parade, I was called in front of the whole school. They're like, can you tell us what's your name? My name is Timothy Kimani Ndegwa. Tell us more. He wants me to speak in English. Yeah. He's like, this guy, he speaks better English than most of you class 8s. So from then on, I was, I was befriended by, and actually he said, if you are struggling with English, and that's how I ended up being. From that day, no one ever touched me in that class, because the class 8 would be like, Timo, can you help me? So is this or off? I say, this is off. Okay. They're like, you're a cool guy. And then from then on, I think it became, I knew my power. So there was that. When you're smart, when you're smart, you're smart. And that's why we're in school. Yeah. So, and people used to to respect people who are really smart. So what I did is to cope is I really yearned to be better in class in whatever it is that I was doing. So in terms of maths, English and everything, I wanted to be best because I knew that's my only way out. It's never gonna be. I remember a time, and I never forget this. One of my classmates, he had a younger cousin. We were in class 8. Class 8 is where you now go to the high school in Kenya. So after class 8, that's the last primary class, and then you go to high school. So it is, especially for boys, that's when you get circumcised, so you're about to be a big man, you know. So everyone is feeling that feeling of we are big, you know, a teacher can't not tell us a lot of things. Then comes here my classmate, and he had a very younger cousin who was in class 2. And we are playing at the field, and then he comes up to me and he tells the young guy, come, beat him, he cannot do anything. So the young guy slapped me. Class 2 guy slapped me. So you cannot retaliate because this your classmate is going to fight back on his behalf. So it killed me. But you see, there is the class and also being funny. Because people love good stories. So you'd give some good stories. During, when you're going for drama, I'd always be given those, you know, best actor. So they'd be like, oh yeah, he's our best, let's see what he, you know. So for some weird reason, I found a way of coping and avoiding a lot of bullying. And even now, I have a lot of problems in wanting to be in good books of everyone. I just want to please everyone, I don't know. Until recently, I think 2 years ago is when I learned to say no, and it's very sweet when you don't have to do that thing. Because at times you do a thing not because you want to.
Or because you feel compelled.
And then you are there, you end up wondering, so why am I here? They are not even appreciating, why am I here?
Yes,
I should have stayed at, you get?
Yes.
So I figured there's a lot of reward in saying no when you don't want to.
Yes.
Only say yes when you want to, and you have a lot of energy for that yes, whatever it is you're going to do. Because now you spread yourself thin, trying to please everyone. You no, how are they going to feel? Let them feel however, whatever they were. Exactly. So I think since childhood, that's something I've always been wanting to be in good books of everyone. People are having stories here, you know. I have nothing of importance. Like, for example, they're talking about wrestling. We never watch wrestling at home. So I'm just here giggling. That's it. You know, you just want to be part of everyone, you know.
Want to belong.
Yeah. So I'd say I think bullying brought me about, you know, in terms of being introverted, in terms of, and I'd say a lot of creativity. Because some of the way to get in these stories is being funny. You say something, you're like, guys are like, can't you see it? Come and repeat that. So all of a sudden you're part of the group, and you know, everyone wants to be part of exactly. You're like, exactly, part of the boys. And where are the boys? They are outside. So you're just in class and the boys are outside. What are you doing?
You have to go and...
Yeah, you have to be in a clique, you know. We are, at the end of the day, we are social beings.
That's amazing. Essentially, it feels like comedy saved you even in childhood. That was a way that you could survive and belong in the world.
Most definitely. It always did. And especially in class where you feel like you want to be wanted. There's nothing bad as a teacher doesn't know your name. They're like always, Chude, no, Chude, now it's enough. But nobody realizes there's Njugush. There is someone called Timothy there because you don't either have something to say, maybe you're not getting what he's teaching, or maybe you're just afraid to speak. Some of us lifting that hand up, unless a teacher chose you and said Timothy, and at that time, of course, you don't have an answer. So you end up being even embarrassed more. You know, and they keep saying there's no right or wrong answer. But of course, that is a wrong answer. Why not use what I've given you then? You know?